Why, hello there, everybody. It's me again. Now, we're going to pick up right where we left off in the last video. This is a uh, this is a capias for my arrest for not paying the court costs for the case that for the case that I wasn't at, had any knowledge of, nor is there a arrest and booking report listing the crime taking place, meaning that there was no need for a case. What this means is this is bringing me back into the picture. Okay? You have to remember, they have gone through great lengths to remove me. I have been out of the picture since December 15th, 1997, where they told me that this matter, this matter was over and done with. And I could go about my life. And, oh yeah, let's not forget that they also threatened me, saying that it could be revisited. So, there, I went about my business. And then step 2, they moved everything over from the felony clerk's office supposedly to the misdemeanor's office, only it's not. They put it in somebody's desk, and then they rewrote this arrest and booking report. They wrote another arrest and booking report for a 1-count, 1-charge misdemeanor offense using this number, and they have reinserted this number into the clerk of the court system as a 1-count misdemeanor arrest. And they're forgetting while this number is still in there. So they are ignoring this, and they're saying that it's just this. And the reason why they have to do that is because once you put this number into the clerk of court system, the clerk of the court demands an outcome. If there is no outcome, then they're going to start saying, well, what happened to this? To the clerk of the court, it's just a number. So now they have this number inserted twice, once as a felony, now again as a misdemeanor. They've had another judge find me guilty of a crime that there is no record of, and there is no court record of any of this happening, folks. There is no record of this happening. They're doing it all on paper. They're filling out the paperwork because their ultimate goal is to make sure that all of the smoking guns, all of this stuff is destroyed. Because this is supposed to end up on the docket of a crooked judge, along with a crooked state attorney's officer, an assistant state attorney, they're not going to file it. They're just going to destroy it. So all of this information is in a folder with all of the new fake arrest and booking report that's with this number. So now you have 2 case files. One is a 1997, because that's when all of this was filed, folks. You're looking right at it. Filed December 4th, 1997 in circuit court. We're in circuit court. Now, what they've just done is they've just reinserted this very same arrest and booking report as a 1-count misdemeanor offense. And now they're saying that this very same supposed 2-count, because that's what this is. This was supposed to be a felony charge for 2 counts. Okay? Only, again, it doesn't document me committing any crime. It only documents them committing a crime. So they need this to be destroyed. Okay? So they've reinserted there's already a 1997 felony case file. You're looking at it right here, folks. This is the day it was filed. December 4th, 1997. All of this was filed December 4th, 1997. Okay? This whole action started with the finding of probable cause. As soon as this was filed, there is a 1997 felony case file in the belly of the beast of the Fourth Circuit court system with all of these actions listed. Okay? The only place that this 1998 case file exists is in cyberspace. There is no record of this taking place in 1998. This is a 1998 misdemeanor case file. And the only place it exists is right here. You're looking at the only existence of this, because this didn't take place in 1998. It's all about this arrest and booking report number. Okay? Remember, folks, they control all the information. They can make it say whatever they want to say. Okay? So now they reinserted a 1-count misdemeanor arrest. So according to the courts, according to the clerk of the courts, I was arrested twice on December 3rd, 1997. And there are once was for a 1-count misdemeanor arrest, and the second one was for a felony arrest. Okay? And again, if you doubt it, it's right here. Right here. Right here, folks. Arrest date 12/3/1997. Arrest date 12/3/1997. One arrest is for the original, what they're calling felony, and the second one was for a misdemeanor. And here's the count charge. This is for the felony, what they're calling a felony. Nothing listed there. This is the second-degree misdemeanor, which is the lowest form of misdemeanor, and there's the 1 count. Okay? You're looking right at it. So now that what they've done is they've reinserted it, and there is 2 case files. Everything that's logged in the clerk system, it's logged. There is no taking it out. They cannot cherry pick. Okay? Once you insert those numbers, they are in there. The only thing that you can change is the information, which is why and who controls the information? Why the state attorney's office does. That's why they said, oh, we're going to make this a 1998 case file, simply to cover it up. And notice, I'm the only one with a 1998 case file. Everybody else. This person was arrested on the 1st. This person was arrested on the 2nd. These 2 are supposed to be me. Both of them happening on the 3rd. These 3 guys were the 4th. And then these last 2 guys were on the 5th of December, 1997. And yet I'm the only one with a 1998 case file. Okay? It's all documented. They can change that. But the only thing that they can't change is this. This is the number. So there is another arrest and booking report with the identical number. Just so we're clear, they have documented now that the that I was arrested. Not only was I arrested twice, I was arrested twice using the very same arrest and booking report number. And now they have documented that there is 2 different cases, one a felony and one a misdemeanor, with identical arrest and booking report numbers, which is a complete impossibility. Okay? So they've gone through all these steps. They've reinserted. They have the judge sign off on it. And now the Honorable Mallory D. Cooper filed it. Their state attorney, their honest state attorney, has filed it. Okay? And just to show you how much in trouble they are, okay? And to show you that in this capias for my arrest not only proves that the Honorable Mallory D. Cooper didn't have anything to do with it, it documents that she didn't have anything to do with it. Because again, there is no 1998 case file with this, which, because it would have not been a 1998 case file, it would have been a 1997 case file, because the case file is based on the date of the arrest, not on the date that it was filed. Okay? So this is a lie, which is why it doesn't have a stamp on it, this instrument in computer, or a filed stamp, because this document was never filed. Because if it was if they would have put the proper case number, it would have again been them admitting to Honorable Mallory D. Cooper, as well as to the world, that they lied. So this is a redone document that was never filed. But what is the capias for? Ordered to appear by court order 2/20/1998. You see, you have I think 90 days, 3 months, or to pay the court costs. Okay, and was it 6 months? 60 days. I don't know. Let's see. Whatever. You have a certain amount of time to pay the court costs. And it says order to appear in the office of the clerk on 2/20. On 2/20, I was ordered to show up at the court to pay for the court costs. For the case that I had no knowledge of, that there is no record of a crime for. And ordered to appear in the office of the clerk of the county of the court and pay a fine. Pay a fine to arrange for an extension of time to pay said fine, or to schedule a court date for the court's consideration of failure to pay said fine. I am a custodian of the records within the office of the clerk, and have knowledge of the appearance or failure to appear of persons required by the county court to pay fines in criminal cases. I have reviewed the records, and this proves that it was filed. This is our justice system at work. Okay? But now what their problem is that if this capias goes out, I can go before any judge. Okay? Because this is an indirect. This is a violation of Florida statute 90111. Effect for not answering a summons. Failure to appear as commanded by a summons without good cause is an indirect criminal contempt of court. Okay? And may be punished by a fine of not more than $100. So that's what this is. And I can anything. They could be doing. I could commit a crime, which I'm not, because I'm not a criminal. I can be involved in a traffic accident. Anything that they run my ID for. This would pop up. They would say, "Oh, there's a capias for you." So you know what we're going to have to bring in. A capias is is a fancy word for warrant. Okay, so now there's and I can go before any judge. And then when I say, well, wait a minute, what is this for? Then just pull me back in. Now, all of their work that they've done, all the steps, has been for naught. Because now the Honorable Mallory D. Cooper just brought me back in. Now, if she's involved in the quote-unquote cover-up, she's an imbecile. Because that's her signature. So she's calling me in to expose the lie? No, folks. They have a cow. That's why it's not stamped. Because what do? They turn this indirect criminal, indirect contempt of court into a direct contempt of court. Right here. See that right there? FTA, failure to appear. Failure to appear. If he be found in your county and him safely keep so to you that his body be before the judge. The judge. What judge? The crooked judge. The judge of our county court in and for the county of Duval and state of Florida at the courthouse in Jacksonville. What this is basically saying is I did not show up to the court date, is what this is saying. I didn't show up. This is a direct contempt of court. This says all I didn't do was pay the court costs. Because guess what? I didn't even know that there were court costs to be paid. This is saying that I didn't even show up for my arraignment date. So what it's saying is, just so we're clear, it's saying I didn't show up to the case that I have already been found guilty of, and it's already in the court's record book of being found guilty of. That's what this is saying. And why did they make this? Because a direct, when you fail to appear before the judge, that really kind of upsets the judge. Oh, and it's saying I failed to appear to answer for the very same statute that there is no record of, that I've already been found guilty of, and it's logged into the court's record book as me being found guilty of. The initial capias was for not paying the court costs. What court costs? Well, right here. These court costs. $50, $5, $50. So that's why this says $105 in court costs. I didn't pay it. So the bond that I'm going to have to pay is $210. 105 of it is the court costs. Okay, all I got to do, all anyone would have to do is go down and pay the court costs, and then this would go away. Okay, but what they've done is they've turned it into, they're saying, I never showed up. I didn't answer because I have to answer unto the state of Florida for this statute, which there is no record of me violating, but yet it's still listed in the court's record book as the Honorable Mallory D. Cooper finding me guilty of. Why did they reissue this? Because now, when you fail to appear before the judge, that kind of upsets the judge. So now you are to be brought back. It says right here, before the judge. The judge, what judge? Well, the judge is listed here, the fake one. You know, the one that lied to me on December 15th, the one that on December 15th, 1997. The one that's impersonating a judge. Well, the problem is, he's still not a judge yet. So, the state attorney's office controls all the information, including the issuing and the recalling of of capiases and or warrants. So what do? They turn this indirect criminal this indirect contempt of court into a direct attempt contempt of court, simply because they know that even if, and then recall it, if it's not out there, then it cannot be activated. Okay? So again, they are lying to the judge and they are disobeying the judge. Now, what happens? A lot happens between, this is 4/9/1998, okay, which is when this was ordered. You have 90 days. 90 days. 4/6/1998. The supposed sentencing hearing was 1/6/1998. 90 days later, I hadn't paid the court cost because, well, I didn't know that there was court cost to be paid. The court cost that she had issued for the finding for a crime that there is no record of. Okay, so on 4/6, you know that these are honest people, because this is what's supposed to happen. When you don't pay the court costs, then the capias goes out. This also proves that she doesn't have any. The state attorney, the entire system is not against me. This documents it. It's just a handful of criminals. So now they turn it into a direct contempt of court, meaning I didn't even show up to a trial that there is no record or reason for taking place. But they can't file it because the judge that I'm supposed to show up before isn't a judge yet. And then they issue it, and then they recall it. Now, what happens between 4/9/1998? You see when it happens. Okay, a lot happens, and it's all in the other videos. But let's see. They try to set me up again by coming to my house. Okay, try to get me to commit a very sick, vile criminal act by coming to my house. I don't take the bait because I'm not a criminal. Then they try to put me in prison for driving on a suspended license, and the only reason why my license has been suspended is because of non-moving violation tickets. And I'm before the court at least 5 times. At least 5 times. When they should have done a background check. And all of this is happening with a failure to appear capias out for my arrest. I turn in a pedophile. Have Vice call over to my house. Not once, twice. Help set the man up. Turn him in. Help set the vile criminal up and put him in prison. Okay? Take him out. All with a failure to appear capias out on my arrest. Out for my arrest. Meaning, again, that's the reason why all those case files say correction required. Then, finally, on March 3rd, 2000. This is what? 2 years. Almost 2 years after it was issued. I'm walking down. I'm still living in the very same spot that I was in 1997. Same house. And I'm out looking for my dog. I'm walking because my driver's license is suspended and I don't want to break the law. I'm walking looking for my dog, my pit beagle, the smartest dog in the world, Charlie, who has caught the scent of a female in heat. As I'm walking down Atlantic Boulevard, I get pulled up. Well, they ask me for my ID. It's all over in the other videos, folks. And then this one patrol officer, in 5 minutes, does what the entire Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, what the entire judicial system has been incapable of doing, and says, you know what, there's a warrant out for your arrest. And you said, well, wait a minute, Gary. I thought you said that they recalled it. Well, you see, all of these criminals that were initially involved, they've moved on. They're in private office. They are in private um, practice now. And remember, I said I turned in a pedophile in 2000. Okay? And when you report that kind of crime, they always look into you. They always look into the person that's reporting it. Always. Always. So I'm quite sure that they said, well, you know what? He did turn the guy in, so we're going to give him a slide on that. But you know what? It says right here that there's a failure to appear capias, so we're going to reissue the capias. And if he does anything else, because he did help us to get this pedophile off the street, but if he does anything else, we're going to have to get him. Thanks for your service, but you know what? We're going to turn you, we're going to catch you. And now I'm not committing any crime. I'm walking down the street, and they rearrest me. In other words, I've just been falsely detained / imprisoned, kidnapped, and have a ransom set on me a second time. This is supposed to be the receipt for the court costs that are owed. Okay? Again, do you see a stamp on any of this? You see a stamp on this because the officer arrested me. And this was filed because guess what? I'm about to go to court because guess what? Now, Dum Dum, who's been impersonating a judge, is now really a judge. And that's who I'm going to go before. That's the reason why this is an indirect, a direct contempt of court. You're going to go before the judge that you disrespected. The judge is going to make sure you're going to, and then you have to give, and here's the best part. Not only this is the direct. Any person who willfully fails to appear before any court or judicial officer as required by a written notice to appear shall be fined not more than the fine of the principal charge or imprisoned up to the maximum sentence of imprisonment of the principal charge. In other words, the charge that you didn't fail to appear for, or both, regardless of the disposition of the charge upon which the person was originally arrested. In other words, no matter the outcome, you're going to have to pay this because you disrespected the court. You didn't show up. No, I'm going to pay. I'm going to at the very least, go to jail and pay some kind of fine. Right? Want to bet? This is the arrest and booking report. This is the arrest and booking report. Right here. 2000. What does that say? This is the statute. This is the case. Okay? Let me slide it over. That's the statute that says that I've already been found guilty of, and it's in the court records book, but now they're saying I never showed up. And what does that say? Local capias. Do you see a stamp on this? No, you don't, because it's never been filed. Okay? Because they're crapping their pants now. And here it is again, a second time. It's in there twice. Here, clerk copy. Do you see a stamp? No, see, and you say, well, what's that? That is JSO stamp of the date that this was filled out on. Do you see a stamp? Nope. Here is the narrative section. What was it for? It was for a failure to appear capias. Date of issue, 4/3/1998. Okay, now they're saying, oh, it is for the failure to pay, but this statute is written wrong. Okay? Now they got me. Now I'm just now back involved again. Okay? And I'm now before the fake judge. And here's how it works real quick. When you are, for the misdemeanor charge, what they do is they put you all in a little room the next day. Okay? You're all in a little room before your first appearance, and they come in and they tell you what the court is offering you because it's a misdemeanor charge. And when they come to me, they tell me, hey, if you plead no contest, the judge is going to find you guilty. You won't pay any court costs, and you will be released. Hey, you can't pass up that deal. So I said, okay, sure, fine. don't even know what it's for. Okay? Notice, count 3, contempt of court. Not failure to appear, failure to pay. And I could have been charged a fine of $100. Now remember, the capias was issued. The capias was issued for me not paying the court costs. So now he's found me guilty of not paying court costs that I never have to pay, because he's waiving. The S means suspended. So he's waiving the court costs. Why? Because if I ask what in the world is this going on, he's going to prison. So I was arrested, just so we're clear, I was arrested for not showing up. That's what, not showing up to court. That's what this arrest report, right there, you're looking right at it. I was arrested for not showing up to this statute, this misdemeanor statute, the very same misdemeanor statute that the Honorable Mallory D. Cooper has already found me guilty of and is listed in the court's record book. Now I was arrested for the capias, right here, failure to appear. And the only reason why they wrote that was to make sure I got before the crooked judge, because if I go before any other judge, they're going to all look at all of this and they say, wait a minute, there's something wrong. You understand? So now the circle is complete. All the criminals have documented themselves violating the law. What is this fake impersonating a judge an imbecile? And then also, what in the world happened to count 2? How come it's just 1 and 3? Now, if you doubt me, 332,000, right? Right. Let's go down here. Here we go. 332,000. This is my criminal history report from Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. How many counts do you see? 1, 2, and then contempt of court, 3. And what date was I adjudicated guilty? 1/6/1998, 1/6/1998, 1/6/1998. Why? This can you read? What date is this? 332,000. One charge. Okay, now we're going to go down here to the contempt of court. Where the hell is count 3?